temptation, the prayer, against the disordered pleasure, fast, and against money, he offers alms. This talk I will share just about first the remedy, about prayer, orison. Okay? Next Lent, 1 year maybe we can talk about the other ones. Okay? Okay? Saint Teresa of Avila says prayer is nothing else than a close sharing between friends. It means taking time frequently to be alone with him who we know loves us. Maybe later Jessica and Renee can send this presentation so you can just listen and then you can see it again if you want. Father Kentenich defined prayer in many ways. There are two definitions that I like. The first one, prayer is the soul's breath, to breathe our soul. And the second one is the elevation of the heart. These two definitions, I think, are very beautiful. St. Augustine had a beautiful saying, an equation, which goes, whoever prays well, lives well. Father Kentenich adds, whoever prays well, lives well, and loves well. And conversely, whoever prays poorly, lives poorly, and loves poorly. Or, whoever prays mediocrely, lives mediocrely, and loves mediocrely. What is prayer, therefore? Personal conversation. And to pray, one learns by praying, just like walking by walking, or riding a bike by biking. I want to share an anecdote of Sister Petra, who recently died a few years ago. She was not as a Sister of Mary. Before that, she was the Schoenstatt youth, and she came from Germany and was kind of secretary of Father Kentenich for some years. And once Father Kentenich had a brief to an important bishop, I don't know who, the Vatican, and put the brief on an envelope and said, Sister Petra, she wasn't a sister, they said, Petra, please take this envelope to shrine, pray with this shrine to the Blessed Mother, and then come back to me because this envelope has important matter. It was in time of the exile. And Sister Petra was a young German. She went fast to the shrine, put the envelope on the altar, and prayed something quick, and came back just a few minutes after Father Kentenich sent her. And Father Kentenich saw her, surprised, and asked her, what are you doing here? I did what you asked. I went to shrine, and I prayed, and I came back. You so quick. Yeah. And what did you pray? I said, dear Blessed Mother, you know what is inside this envelope, take care about it, I'm ready. And she came running to the office again. I can't believe, what did the Blessed Mother say to you? She's so astonished, nothing, Father. So please go again and wait for the answer, because we just prayed and you didn't wait for the answer. And this is a very beautiful story, anecdote, because it shows that the prayer is a dialogue. Not just me saying something to God or with Mary, is also waiting for the answer. Do I listen, or do I just unload a sack of potatoes? Yeah? Do I speak what moves me eternally, or just a list of requests? Here are types of prayer. First, recitative prayer, learned prayer. For example, Our Father, Hail Mary, My Queen and Mother. And Father Anthony said something beautiful about this kind of prayer. He said, the mouth speaks, the heart accompanies, and the life confirms it. It's beautiful because it's not just like a parrot praying. Your heart has to accompany what you are saying, and your life has to prove this. For example, if you say you will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and half an hour later you're driving and you have something very slow for you, and you are not living what you prayed. You will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And second kind of prayer is the litany prayer. That prayer is very repetitive, like the rosary. You repeat once again the same Hail Mary of Our Father. But in your heart you are anyway praying. It's also a kind of valuable prayer, the rosary. I read once a book, very beautiful, The Russian Pilgrim, or the Pilgrim Russian, I don't know the translation in English. It's a short book about a monk in Russia, and he felt so full of sin that he walked years just praying one sentence. Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. And a million times he prayed just this small sentence. Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. And the first part he inspired. He took air. I don't know what inspired. And the second part he expired.
Exhale.
Yeah?
Inhale.
Exhale. Inhale and exhale. That's why the way he was praying. And it's a beautiful book that shows how his heart was always in prayer. And he was just saying one sentence, but his heart was praying. Third kind of prayer is spontaneous conversation with God. Some tips. Don't lose the personal aspect. Address to you, not thinking to an idea. You are praying to God. You have to pray it in this way. Dear God, you, not just to a cloud in the heaven. And you can also pray about various topics can be addressed. It doesn't matter if you jump from one topic to another. Sometimes it helps to write for more distracted ones. Some people are more distracted. They help when they write, but like a letter, not like a daily diario, daily journal. Yeah, it's like a letter addressed to God, to Mary. And may include gratitude, praise, request, silence to listen, and ask for forgiveness. It's important that our spontaneous prayer includes these parts. The fourth kind of prayer is sing. St. Augustine said, whoever sings, prays twice. I was many years ago in France in a small town called Ese. That's a beautiful place with an ecumenic monastery with some Lutheran priests or monks, Catholic monks, and other religions. And they have a monastery, but close to the monastery they have many rooms like this, but huge. And comes thousands of youth from all over Europe, as much each religion. And they stay 1 week there. And they pray singing, average 6 or 8 hours a day. And it's very impressive to see 1,500 people on the floor praying and singing for 6 hours. They have breaks, of course, but anyway, they manage to focus this youth that maybe they don't pray at home for 6 or 8 hours a day. I was 25 years and I was impressed what they can achieve. The fifth kind of prayer is the Lectio Divina. Is to choose a small passage of the Bible, the scriptures, and to pray with this passage of the Bible with a special technique. And the sixth is contemplative meditation, just being in silence with God. It's just being, not thinking, not doing anything, just being the presence of God. It's very beautiful kind of prayer. Many people who does adoration in parishes or shrines, they practice this kind of prayer, just contemplative meditation, just being with God. And the seventh is the Statian method of meditation. This is a beautiful kind of meditation. The night before, you have to choose an event that had the most resonance during the day. Steps. So the night before, you choose what was the more important event of the day. And the day after, you have to revive the event, asking what did I feel, what did I think, what will God tell me about it, and then how do I respond? And to finish with a purpose, commitment, to do something regarding of the meditation I had. It's not just mental, but deeply affective. As San Agustin says, savoring the love of God. To connect the faith and life, to believe in a God of life, is practical faith in divine providence. It is living in a permanent covenant with God and letting ourselves to be guided by Him. It is like a dialogue. I don't know if in English we say ping pong or table tennis. How do you call it? Ping pong. Ping pong. So God sent us a ball, a small ping pong ball, and with meditation we receive the ball, and we, with our prayer, we send back to God. We live with this movement, going to God and receiving from God. We can also share what we discovered in our meditation, and together discover how God is guiding us. Father Kentenich also used two examples of animals to explain this kind of meditation. First one, like how chickens drink water. Have you seen a chicken drinking water? They don't drink just like this. They take a sip And they raise their necks toward the sky and shallow the water. Do the same with the events of daily life. Take something of the ground and lift it up to the sky to see what happened in the sight of God. And the second example is of cows and other animals, which ruminate their food, meaning they savor and chew it several times. Do the same with the events of daily life. Pray where? Anywhere that allows me to do so. For example, I remember a young mother with many children. The only place she could pray was the bathroom. She locked the door in the bathroom and she prayed 10 minutes alone in the bathroom, and the kids didn't disturb her. It's not the best place, but for her it was the only place she could pray. It has to be not too comfortable because you will sleep, and not too uncomfortable because if it hurts, for example, if you're on a kneel, you will be thinking when I will finish and will stop this torture of being ill. Yeah? For example, praying in bed is not a good idea. You will sleep in a few minutes. Yeah? So a good chair or in your garden if you live in a house or in your home shrine is a wonderful place to pray. Yeah? When everyone has to know his own rhythm. How do you say? Rhythms. To know if you are more awake in the morning or in the night. Like I think they spoke about two kinds of people, old or large. Some people at night, afternoon are without energy, it's not able for them to pray in the night. And for others, in the morning is the worst time. Yeah. So you have to learn when is the best time for you to pray. It's important, for example, to bless the meals and the food. And it's a beautiful tradition to bless the food. Also to prayer in the home shrine if we have one, or a home altar, but a religious place where you can pray. In Germany, they talk about the Christ corner. They put a cross just in the corner, and they always pray facing this part of the houses. Also during liturgical times, for example, Mount Mary, Advent, Lent, Resurrection, Easter time. The type of prayer varies according to the age and personality of the children. You cannot have a long prayer if you have small kids. And you have to be wise and to measure the kind, maybe a song, maybe a short prayer, or anyone can make petitions or thank for something, but you have to be wise. If you request a child to pray a rosary at 8 in the night with 5 years, it won't help. Yeah, you have to be wise and to know the age, but they know, because we have to help them to grow in their faith, not to have a bad experience of prayer as a family.